Welcome back to my video about activity 2. We are asked to open the database Instruments Act 2. However, this database is incorrect. So I suggest that you open Instruments Act 3 and then rename it to Instrument Act 2. We are asked to make changes to display our fields in a different format, and the format is specified in the second or in the third column of our table. I'm going to take you through this activity one field at a time. All right, so we have our database and we are asked to add a hyphen between the second and the third character of our serial number. We are supposed to format our instrument type into capital letters. Our insured field needs to be displayed in checkboxes. Our replacement value has to have an actual rand symbol with 2 decimal places. Our weight has to have a kilogram added behind each value. And then the date checked needs to be displayed in a specific format. So let's get started. We do the format changes within the design view of the table, and we simply click on view. That opens the design view. We have our design view, we have our field names and our data types in the top part, and then we have our field properties in the bottom, and we're going to use the format property of this field to make our changes. Now the first question, 2a, asks us to add the hyphen in our serial number. Let's zoom in here. We know that the field has 6 digits. So these 6 digits will be represented with @ signs. So I'm going to add 6 @ signs in there. And now I can simply go between @2 and 3, and I simply add a hyphen in there, and that will add the hyphen. So it will be, the format will be changed to include the hyphen. Then the second question, 2b, asks us to change the instrument type. So I'm going to select instrument type. I'm going to go down again, and to display that in uppercase, the way to do this is to simply add a bigger than sign in there. Or we could, if we would be asked to convert it into lowercase, we would put a smaller than sign in there. The third one, 2c, asks us to change the insured field from displaying yes, no to a checkbox. And the way that we do that is we click on lookup, and then we can change the display control that is currently at combo box. If you move over to the side, there's a drop-down menu, and we can select checkbox, and we can go back to general, and that will display it as a checkbox. The fourth one, the replacement value, so let's select replacement value, has to be displayed as currency. So under format over here, currently it's a general number. We again can change this to currency. The symbol, R symbol, is manipulated not within Access, but actually set within the Windows settings. So you cannot change, if it's dollars, you cannot change it in Access, but you will have to go to the regional settings of your operating system and change it there. But for exam purposes, those things will be set for you. So the decimal places, we have to now select, we want 2 decimal places. Then the fifth one is the weight. So I'm going to select the weight, and we have to add the characters kg for kilograms to our value that is in that field. And we do that by adding an and sign. We call that character an ampersand, and we will add a space and simply the letters kilograms. That will add anything. So you can, that and sign, and then anything that you add there will add the letters kg to the value of that field. And then lastly, we click on date checked, and we have to change that now to the specific format. To do that, you have to understand the format characters for dates. We have D. A single D will display, like if we have February, for example, will display a simple 2. Sorry, that's month. It will, if we have, like, for example, the 1st of January, it will display a 1. If we have 2 Ds, it will actually display as 01. So it will make sure that there's 2 digits for the day, even if it's a single digit. Then 3 Ds is the abbreviation for the weekday. So triple D would, for example, say WED for Wednesday. 4 Ds will display the full day of the week, aka Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, etc. Then we have M that represents the month. A single M will say, for example, May, or let's say take June rather. If I have 1 M, it will say 6. 2 M's will say 06. 3 M's will have the abbreviation of the month, which is JUN, and 4 M's will display the full month name, which will be then June. And then we have Y. 2 Y's will say, for example, if we are in 2019, will only display the 19, and 4 Y's will display the full month or the full year. So in our example here, we are asked to have the abbreviation of the weekday, so that's triple D. Then we have to add a comma and a space. Then it asks single day of the month, so that's D, space again, an abbreviation of the month, which is triple M, and then space, and then the full year, which is 4 Y's. And if I click now somewhere else, it adds quotation marks around the comma space. That means that whatever is in quotation marks is displayed. It's not part of the formatting. And if we have more than one character, it is we use the quotation marks. If it's only one character, we can use the backslash. And that's very important later on when we look at input masks as well. All right, so I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to save this, and we can have a final look at our data. We have a hyphen in our serial number. We have our instrument type as capitals. We have the checkbox as insured. We have our replacement value in currency format with 2 decimal places. We added kilograms to our value in the weight field, and our date checked is the required format as well. Thank you guys. See you in video about activity 3.